I would urge fellow designers out there, if they're collaborating with someone, just do your part, get your money, and just leave.
Yeah.
Don't try and shortchange someone, outsmart someone, because it's not good.
Yeah.
One, you've broken the circuit because you don't know, maybe this project would have given you further referrals.
Yeah.
Normally, you'd find a person who is like that, they're just thinking of now, they don't think of the future. Because if a project is a success and we've done it together, you'd want to call me on board.
Yeah.
If need be.
Yeah.
And if the project has gone well, I'll also call you some other time. So you find it's a win-win situation. So we need to also look collaboration in a positive way and not try and outsmart someone, because that one happens a lot. You'd find somebody, they are scared.
Yeah.
Because of the experience maybe they've had previously. Yeah.
Welcome to the Studio Little Bold podcast, where vision meets execution, creativity finds clarity, and mentorship unlocks potential. I'm your host, Abigail Osidiana, and this is the space for designers, dreamers, and change makers looking to build bold ideas and shape the future of interior design. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. On this episode, we have Phena on set, and I can't wait to hear your story. So thank you so much for joining. Yeah, and karibu sana.
Thank you so much, Abigail.
Karibu.
My name is Phena Kawondi. I am an interior designer by profession. I studied it in Buruburu Institute of Fine Arts, abbreviated as BIFA. I did a 3-year course there of interior design. And my journey has been a good one, I would say. It has been a good experience. What I would say drove me into interior design, when I was still young, I couldn't really define it, but I would say I loved drawing, freehand drawing. And this is something I saw from my elder brother, Felix. So he used to draw me when I was still young, take portraits of me, and I found it so interesting. And we grew very close together. Most of the time, I was just with him, so I was learning from him. And equally, my mom had an artistic side in her. She was a teacher. So that artistic side, I would love to decorate things. My mom used to be a fashionista, I'd say, at the time. So I'd see how she mixes colors. And she encouraged me drawing, because when we were young, when I just scribble on something, even walls, because when you're a child, you're a child. So I would wonder when even we visit other people, like, why are the walls so clean? Because I got into that practice and she wasn't raising an issue of it. So I would say she nurtured it. And at the same time, my brother was equally a role model. He's an architect. So that is what bore the interior design now aspect in me.
Oh, wait, first. I can't imagine. Things are being scribbled in my house. And I'm just okay. I'm always like, clean it up. Also, that's so nice.
Yeah, it wasn't like dirtifying, but you'd find, even if I have a pencil, maybe I'll just do something. Because he would draw me portraits. So I would even take like an album, trying to draw a portrait and to see if I can be able to do it perfectly as he was doing. So that is something I got to grow seeing and admiring, like, oh, I think this is something that I'll do. So fast forward in high school, when I was now to choose my career, the school that I was in, I did all the sciences. So when I finished, I passed with good grades. So now I wanted to venture now college. Where will I be going? So that's when I decided I chose the career of interior design.
Knowing that you've been doing the sciences.
Knowing that I was doing the sciences. So I came to Nairobi. I went to...
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
You're doing sciences, but you're leaving feeling like you need to do arts. How?
So for the sciences, I would say I used to perform and I loved sciences, but now I had to follow like a passion. What do I really love? Because you find in the subjects you're supposed to choose what grades you're doing, what are your strengths. So the sciences I was doing well, but now in that particular high school they didn't have arts.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had to do what you had to do.
So I had to do what I had to do. But I would do small things like calligraphy in that high school, when writing the certificates in small bits. So I still explore that side of drawing. I really enjoyed seeing my brother while he was doing his drawings on ArchiCAD and stuff. So when I would see him doing it, I got interested. Like, what is he doing? How does he do it? So that passion grew.
Wait, you said he's older or younger?
He's older.
He's older. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it a big gap?
Not so big.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would say while he was working in college, I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, like when he began now full employment, I was in high school. So I would see how he does it. And those times, they used to draw manually. So the T-squares, the board, he used to have them. So I saw that and I loved doing and I loved seeing the way the end results and how he was doing it. So it's something that I would say it grew slowly. But now after finishing my high school, that is when I had to define what career path do I want to take. So I came to Nairobi and I went to Nairobi University just trying, because those times we were going, like you go to the physical universities.
I told someone that. I was like, I didn't know artists do this. What I had to physically go like Nairobi Uni, wapi. Apparently it got easier.
Yeah, so I went round. So there were two options. Either I do sociology or interior design. So I went round, and that's how I came to know about BIFA. So when I went to BIFA first, the narrative that was being given was different. Like, they're just people who just mainly do paint work. But I didn't know there's also interior design. So by word of mouth, I got the information, went there, and I was told, like, okay, you can do the interview.
Oh, in BIFA, you interviewed to join?
Yes, we were interviewed to join. So for me, I think when I joined, when I was doing the interview, we were given a series of questions based on different career paths. So there was others, aside from interior design, there was even graphics, drawing and all that. So for me, I thought we need to answer everything. So I did the interior part, I did the drawing part, I did the graphics part, all that. And when I finished, they asked me, okay, these are your I passed the interview and they checked the grade, the KCSE paper, the report.
Wait, but you've passed based on what? Because you've answered everything.
I've answered everything, but I was supposed to specify that I want to do interior design.
Also, they only marked interior design.
Yes, okay. But they saw like, okay, you've also done other. That is why they asked me which one do you want to do. And when they checked my certificate, they were like, but you're doing all the sciences. So I told them, okay, it's just a passion. It's something I'm willing to learn, and I'll pursue it. So when I got, because I was trying to find other places, the plan was also to go to Maseno. Either I can also check if Maseno, they're also doing their interior design intake. So it took time and time was running. So I decided, we concluded, like, let me just go to BIFA. When I went to BIFA, that same day that I joined, that is the time I saw a Maseno Gazette. Yeah, they were taking people. So I was like, it's okay.
Wait, but how long do you say this process took? Because you're saying it took time.
It took time. I wasn't rushing it because I wanted, I would say shopping around, like, where can I?
So months or years?
No, not years. It was just like, I would say like about 3 weeks, 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the period. So when I got to BIFA, that's when I saw other creative people. Like people really draw very realistic things. Guys are so creative. And you're interacting with people. People, when we were doing the projects, we are able to see, we can be given the same questions, but how people come up with the project at the end of the semester.
Different.
Totally different. And there was a drive of like everyone is trying to be the best. So we were competing, and competition was very stiff because you also find other people are equally artistic like you. So you'd find some people maybe nurtured it while they were young. Some freshers like me who are now primarily doing it are doing it now. So you need to compete with that kind of team. So it went on like that. And I would say the experience was very good because it gave us a lot of exposure, interacting, because as a creative, you need to, when you're doing it, when the creative juices come in, when you're doing it and you're seeing it, it's like you're keeping a diary of your artwork. So we did a lot of model work, we did a lot of painting, we did also drawing.
Because BIFA is very practical, it's very hands-on.
Very practical, very hands-on. And that one is something I would say it was something that gave us a boost because it's like you're always on the drill. You are trying to give out your best at the end of the day. Yeah.
So wait, you mentioned your brother. Also, my brother is an architect.
Oh,
you
wow.
mentioned the things of the T-square. You know, he had this big board. You know those white boards?
Yes.
Then you see to the big rulers.
Yeah, the T-square.
Forgive my layman English. I don't know what those things are called. I saw them.
The T-square, the whiteboard, there was also a light box.
Yeah, so it used to sit in our living room.
Yes.
And I chose line by line and I'm like, what is this guy doing?
It's impressive.
Yeah.
I know those times it was manual. So you see how it just, the way it gradually changes and it comes to something that is so realistic, something that is practical. So I think that is what I saw. I was exposed to that. So, normally I think we are defined based on the environment.
Yeah.
The
And that one
that
also teaches patience because you can't be in a rush. You can't shortcut it. You can't be in a rush. And then you can't be doing perfections. It shows.
Yeah, true.
You can't just I can control...
So,
control Z, control what? Nothing.
Yeah, so it went on like that. And I finished it. I finished the course. And now I got into employment. We started off with internship. So,
but hang on, before you go to internship, now when you're there in school, at least you have the exposure of your brother.
Yes.
What's your expectation of getting out, to the real world at that point? What are you expecting you'll find in internship or your first job? And is it what you actually got there?
I would say I was somewhat surprised. What the real thing now, doing the profession practically is totally different from the classwork theories.
How?
Because you find maybe the design principles when you try to apply them in a space. For example, you find it's totally different. Maybe there's some few challenges whereby you need to tweak and have a better understanding of the space because you can't really copy paste. It's you to get into the space, the interior, the space that you need to work on. Then now from there, you are able to apply now what you've learned in school. So you find clients would have different specifications. Clients would have a budget to work with. So usually it's very organic. You can't really say after I've done this hotel, for example, I'll go to the next hotel and apply the same.
Yeah.
It's totally different. One, it depends maybe even the target client.
Yeah.
It depends with the space available. It depends also with the orientation of the space. So there are so many aspects that somebody needs to put in consideration before you just decide and do it. So there's a little bit of challenge here and there.
Oh, and also sometimes you even work on projects, for example, and realize that the budget doesn't have the client doesn't have the budget to execute. And then this thing doesn't maybe look like you per se. So you can't even put it on your portfolio.
Yeah.
Because it will be a representation. Like me, there's some projects I don't put, and I've done them because you're like, I keep telling you, for example, I'm a minimalist contemporary designer. If I'm to show you this image, you will not relate.
It's true.
And it has nothing to do with me. Maybe you designed everything and then the client was slash that, slash this, slash this. It became an empty room again.
You change everything and go back to the drawing board. Yeah, that one happens. I also experience the same. You can try and convince your client, okay, maybe this is what is workable. But the client is adamant, like, this is how I want to go. So you have to find a balance in between. Some fail. By failing, I mean the project doesn't take off.
Yeah.
But if the client happens to maybe understand you, or maybe compromise here and there, at least you have something that is good at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh, actually, before we even go too far, I wanted to ask, for the viewers, what's your area of specialization in interior design? Because it's so wide.
Yeah, absolutely. Interior design is so wide. So I would say I'll take you back from the experiences to now finding my niche.
Yeah.
When my first job, they were purely doing commercial interior. Then now I moved to another company that were doing purely residential. So it was furnishing residential. There was no constructional work. Then now my third company, we were basically doing kitchens and wardrobes. So then I moved from there and went to another that I was a consultant, stroke sales. So the sales, we were selling the products of that place. They were making things and we were selling.
Was it furniture? Was it building material?
It was furniture.
Yeah.
So that one, I would say I moved from there. Then I went now to another that was almost similar. They were making furniture, but now they were doing more of custom pieces. Then from there, stroke sales. I was equally doing sales and now the furniture pieces. So for the furniture pieces, I would say that's when I said I realized my talent in now the customizing, because I was the lead furniture designer in that place. So I was drawing the furniture extensively, and that is what I found, like, this is actually my passion.
Yeah.
So that one trickled down now to me to narrow in doing a lot of furniture work, because I have a workshop.
Yeah. What's the name of the workshop for our viewers?
The workshop is called Phendi Interior Design. My Instagram page is Phendi _Interior Design. TikTok is also Phendi _Interior Design. Facebook is Phendi Interior Design. So you can find me on those platforms.
Yeah.
So we do, because I saw a space. The reason why I now narrowed down to that is I felt like furniture is what defines a space.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's I would say, like, it was my aha moment. That's what I realized, because I would say, even if I take a layman or even a child and do this space setup of a bedroom, when you ask that child or even a layman and you point to them like, what is this room? They'll tell you it's a bedroom, because they're seeing the furniture pieces. The bed. Okay. So I think that is also one thing that drove me into now narrowing down in furniture design, because it was more of creating. I loved, you're drawing, today you make this dining set, tomorrow you're drawing a different style, and you see furniture is vast.
Yeah.
There are so many styles. There's Victorian.
Yeah.
there's the minimalist.
Wait.
Yeah.
So for you, in your workshop, you do kila kitu, the vast style.
Everything.
Hey. I give you props.
Everything.
You didn't want to ever like niche down. It never crossed your mind to niche down.
I felt that was my niche down.
Oh, the niche down of the niche down.
Yeah, I felt that like that was my niche down. Of course, I also do the interior spaces, but I would say primarily my main focus, because you also need to be known as
What do you do?
Yeah. Because if you're hoping today you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, it might bring a confusion. So I think with consistency, even with your client, they're able to know, like, if they want one particular thing, then I go to this person. So you focus on one primary thing, and of course supported by other things, just like a plant with branches. So if you need drapes, curtains, soft furnishing, I can also assist, because if I just do the furniture and walk out, maybe the client might need other similar services. So that one we equally provide. Paintwork, wallpaper, the deco. So basically I would say, given my background of the companies that I worked for, they had different specifications. So you see, you learn from the commercial company that deals with commercial interior, the residential, and also the sales.
It's one thing I actually wanted to raise.
Yeah.
And for you, it was 2 times. And that's such an important part. Kwanza in interior design. Yeah. It's often overlooked, but it's so important.
Yeah. So communication, you also need to know how you communicate to a client. How would you make the client understand that this particular style won't work for your space? So you need to have a good communication skill to be able to understand what the client wants. Then now you come up with a design process, or even a design mood board that really works for them. Because if you insist on your particular style, at times you don't design it for you.
Yeah.
The client is always the end user. So if you put that primary in the hierarchy, that should be the topmost. Who is more important? The client. They say, client ni mfalme, mteja ni mfalme. That's what it said. So if you go by that, then you're able to know what the client wants. Then now you work backwards. You, of course, with experience of the interior design, being in that field, you're able to come up with designs that will really work for this particular client, or even better.
Yeah.
Instead of just maybe imposing like, this is what you need to do because this is what is trending. Yeah, because maybe the trend might not really work on that particular space. And that is when, as an interior designer, you need to come and help your client understand that bit.
Yeah. So actually, you always have to put that client first. You have to understand what they need. You have to also talk to them to kind of get a little bit more insight, because sometimes it's not really easy to understand at face value. The more you speak or ask the right questions, you're able to understand, this is what they meant by, because they may tell you I want something minimalist, but they don't mean minimalist. They're just saying, don't overclutter my room. That's what they're trying to say.
Yeah, like a word I would say loosely used, normally it's simple.
Yeah.
I just want it simple. So how simple is your simple, basically? Because someone's simples might be so complex.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do it in a way that is not even aesthetically appealing. Aside of functionality, the space also need to be aesthetically appealing.
Yeah.
Of course, because I would say it also improves someone's well-being. If you're in a nice space,
it does.
The interior is really nice. The lighting,
it's not too bright.
It's not too bright. It's not too
dim.
Dark. Yeah. The seats are comfortable. You don't break your back. The design of the seat can be nice, but maybe when you sit on it, it's uncomfortable. So it has to serve the purpose. So form follows function. It has to serve the purpose, and it also you also need to think about the end user. Who is your client? What kind of clientele are you dealing? Are you dealing with somebody who is old? Are you dealing with somebody who is young? So how you're designing those spaces will differ. Yeah.
You know, the one thing that's ringing in my head when I'm talking to you?
Yes.
I'm just thinking, do you think, or let me put it as a question, do you think the fact that you went to BIFA also just took you in this direction of furniture, because it's very like hands-on?
I would say I'm handy generally. So
It didn't matter where you went to.
I think it contributed to me also defining that, because we also made furniture practically. So I think hands-on, I did also the ArchiCAD, the softwares, because I remember my very, very, very first ArchiCAD, I self-trained myself. My brother had a really big book. It was ArchiCAD 7. I can't forget it. It was a manual of how to draw
Using ArchiCAD.
using ArchiCAD. So I learned through it.
Also he just gave you the book na ukapambana.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it was pure 1 month total, every single day, every morning, every evening. That's what I did.
Oh,
while I was still in college.
Oh, you know how I learned mine? My dad.
Oh, wow.
My dad is an engineer.
Oh, wow.
So he's very like, come, kujapa.
Yes.
And he used to give me assignments, kabisa, every day. Like, we'd sit at the dining table. We didn't have a home office.
Yes.
At home. So dining table, he gave me his laptop. He's like, Aya, do this. This is how you draw a line. This is how you draw a wall. This is how you do this. And then he's like, Aya, by tomorrow you need to have done what?
Then
I'll come and check. I do. He comes in the evening. He checks. He checks.
Beautiful. That is really nice. So for me, I would say it was also, like you just want to, you yearn to do something,
Yeah.
Well, there's will, there's power. So I really wanted to know it. I was hungry to do it because I was seeing how he does it, and he was doing a lot of the keyboard shortcuts.
Yeah.
So that is what was interested me. Like, it reached a point I would even know it offhand.
Yeah, because your hand has to move like this,
so
and the mouse.
So even if somebody calls you like, hey, how do I need to maybe put this in 3D? I've told them like, okay, it's shift this, like that. So that's what I used to, I think, with the practice. And of course, when you have nothing else to do, I would say, like you're trying, you want to be productive.
Yeah.
And you remember back, like when it gets to practicals, like there's a lot of demand. You need to be able to execute. And of course, when you go for the internship or employment, you need to have like a skill set.
Yeah.
Are you be able to use the softwares? Are you able to draw freehand? Because you can go to a site and you need to take dimensions of the space. And when you're taking the dimensions, you need to be able to sketch up something, because you find in an office setup, sometimes there's a lot of workload.
Yeah.
And maybe you're sent, Abigail is sent to site to take the dimensions. Then you're bringing Phena to do the drawing. So I should be able to read your sketch. So I think skill set is equally important to just have it. You don't need to be a guru in it, but if you're able to, let's say, if you're able to do it, even if maybe there was like deadline and maybe there's a lot of workload in the office, or you yourself, you can be able to do 1, 2, 3 and present to your client. Yeah.
Oh, let me ask. Currently, do you use softwares like to design your furniture, or is it fully sketching? Because furniture needs a lot of kuchora here.
Yeah.
Yes. How do you do it?
So furniture sketching, I do freehand. Freehand. Yes.
And then now someone else now does the work. So, now the team.
So the team, the carpenters, they do the work. They know it. They've understood the way I approach the drawings. They're also equally skilled. They're also, most of them are well trained.
Yeah.
So they're also able to read the drawings and the dimensions. So it's not really something that you need to work with them. So once you've drawn for them, they have an idea of how to go about it. And before we start, if it's a new piece and maybe now I'm the one who has designed it, I'll be able to work with them. Explain with them, okay, this one, build it like this, change this, do that. We need this and this type of wood, this and this type of joint, because I equally now read about furniture. Yeah, furniture design extensively. Yes, you have to. You have to. You have to, because it's good to be fluent in your field, in area of work, because client come in different with different specifications. So you need to be ready and know have that information. Whereby if they need something, you're able
to also be like, okay, this is how I'll execute it. This
Yes.
is how I can. Or easy wazy, but I can.
It's important because with that, you can imagine a situation whereby a client comes, they want a project done. That's when you're running to research. It's a lot of
time.
It's wasting time. In real time, there are deadlines to be met. And of course, service to client is very important. Quality is important. So you don't overpromise, then you don't deliver. Those things need to go hand in hand. Yeah, so you just have to be ready most of the time.
And what do you think, when you look back at your journey, how do you think education shaped your career? Because there are people who have the train of thought that it's not important as an interior designer to go to school.
Yeah.
So to you, does it matter?
To me, in my opinion, I would say it's very, very crucial.
Why?
To go to school, to learn it. Because there are so many things that I would say it's kind of scientific interior design. When we talk even about things like color psychology, you walk in a room with a red room.
How it makes you feel.
Mentally, you'll get exhausted staying long in that room. If you need a restful room, you need like colors that are calming. So having that knowledge is important.
What of people who now will come and rebuttal and tell you,
yeah,
but there's AI but there's online. I can just check these things online.
That one I agree. AI, I know there are people who check online, there are people who download. That one is inevitable. But if you're dealing with an individual, a particular client, you have to give specification based on that particular space. So you don't really need to be keen on, okay, what does AI do? Also learn it. Be at par with AI. Because things are changing. Because if I look at back then, people were drawing manually. Right now, there's so many softwares. There's the 3D Max, there's ArchiCAD, there's also SketchUp. So there's so many softwares. So you also need to be at par with each and every what happens around you. So you can't dismiss, say, okay, I'm not using AI because I learned this in school. Be at par with it. If a client brings you something, that's a challenge. Work with it. In fact, I usually discourage my clients even sharing my previous jobs to them. When we meet, I'd prefer I understand what they want. I can show them what I've done before, but normally you'd find some are not so sure. They're like, "Come here."
Yeah. So how do you actually handle that? Because quite interior design work, it's your last job that gets you the next one. How do you go about it? Because they tell you, I want to see your portfolio, I want to see what's your style, I want to see how your finishing is, for example.
Yeah. So that's when you emphasize on it needs to boil down to you, one client as an individual. You can meet them, you can share the images, but don't really specify. You can just send general work of what you've done, but not really like trying to narrow down.
Like what? What do you mean general?
Let's say an example, let's say a salon. You can send them like maybe 3D renders. They have an idea. If it's a space, you can send them maybe a before and after.
Yeah.
So they're able to imagine like, okay, this is what this interior designer is capable of doing. But I can now start downloading and looking for images of a particular salon. No. Just send them general things. So even if it's a hospital, a hotel, a residential, but I normally encourage meeting the client in person so that I'm able to discuss with them, and that one-on-one interaction, I'm able to gauge what does this client want. Then from there, we move to the next step, whereby now it's upon me now to do the design process. And now the design is now the design proposal, like this is what I would propose for you. So already you've narrowed down. You've met the client, you've gauged what they want, then now whatever you're doing for them, you've narrowed down specifically to whatever they want.
Yeah.
So one, it also saves a lot of time because you already discussed what the client wants. You'd make a few changes here and there. And normally you find clients are afraid of maybe when it comes to implementation, they just want to go direct and do the implementation. I would encourage them to let the interior designer take you through the journey.
Yeah.
Don't skip a journey.
Yeah.
If there are meetings, let the client come. If they need to see maybe an ongoing site project that you do, well and good, you can invite them so they have a feeling. Also involve the client. Make sure when when you're walking them with the journey, they can equally share their ideas and opinions. Don't just rule it out like I'm the expert. It has to go my way. They also have something you can learn from them.
On that note, hang on. Let me throw you off a bit. Have you been in a scenario where the client doesn't want to be in the journey? They may not necessarily tell you, Phena, Stacky, but you can tell, even if you want to set maybe a consultation, either they throw you to a junior, like who really can't say much.
Yes.
Have you ever been in such a scenario? Or they just brush off the meetings, or like, okay, it's okay, I trust you. Have you been in such a scenario?
I have.
How do you handle it?
When there's a time I had a client who was like that. She was I did the entire project while she was out of the country. So basically, I think that initial interaction, I would pick bits and pieces what they want. So it's upon me. I was the one who was sharing more of their ideas, because either way they'll communicate. Because even if they decide to send you to their juniors or someone else, it still will go back to them.
Yeah.
Because this person will okay and maybe check with them. So there's high probability they'll eventually give the last word.
No, what I mean is, have you been in a scenario where like they really are just the sons of like, but why are you like bothering me? You're the professional. Like, you know, if you need to deal with me, deal with plant. Let's call the junior plant.
Yeah, so that one also happens because you find that either they're busy, they're what. So you really also need to minimize communication. Make sure you're very attentive in whatever they tell you. So that small bit you can equally tell based on their personality.
Yeah.
Because you can gauge. You can tell, okay, this is the kind of person who wants their thing straightforward. They should expect you to know.
Yeah.
You have the skill, so they expect you to know whatever you are doing. So it's usually you try as much as you can to translate their personality into that space. Yes.
And throughout this journey, let's say early stages,
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping to invite you again because we have a couple of series of different levels.
I'd love to. Yeah.
Initial stages, what do you think your first challenges were of transitioning from school to the ground, whether it's this or that, whether it's the internship or the first job?
Wow, it was crazy because you find when I went to now my internship, first, when you're when you're going to college, then you're told you're going for internship, you'd expect maybe salary, so that one was zero. Yeah, you're here to learn, basically. So, and I would say the office setup, there was a lot of activities. So today you're designing, tomorrow you're the tea girl, the next time you're the messenger. So it was something I would say, either they're just testing you or it's also equally molding you. Like, are you able to relate with people? Because if you look at in college, that one, it's maybe it's just about you're given a project and you're supposed to finish it maybe in a month's time or even the entire semester. So there's time.
Yeah.
And you're doing it alone.
Yeah.
When it came to professionalism, there's that work hierarchy whereby you find you need to report to someone. You can't just go maybe direct to the boss. You need to know like who and who to consult.
Yeah.
a lot of teamwork.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to, okay, other people are equally doing the same. There are people who are even more experienced than you. So you are like the learner. Even if you have an idea, pitch your idea, of course, but try and communicate and relate with them. So that one was something I found like it was kind of challenging because at first, when you're in school, okay, you need to make sure you do your best and make sure for good grades.
Yeah.
But now at work, it's a deadline.
Yeah.
Reality hits you because when you go to the space, the client has their specifications that you need to follow.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you wake up one morning and you're designing, because it was more theory, I would say, in school, but now this is practical.
Yeah.
So you can't say, okay, I want to twist this ceiling. Is it workable?
Yeah.
While now the fittings are being done, let's say when I was doing the kitchens and cabinets, like it needs to fit to measure. You have to go to the site, measure the site to the last millimeter, and come back and again go back again and do the measurement before the implementation. That's what we were taught then. So of course it was just a process of learning and not making mistakes. So because client feedback is very important.
Yeah.
You don't want a situation whereby you don't execute what is expected of you because the client will not be happy. So you make sure like everyone is happy. The boss is happy, you are happy, and of course the client is happy.
So what did it take for you to be able to adjust to that challenge? So you're in this and you're like, oh my gosh, now what is this? Like, this is a lot.
I think now with expectations, there's no one to maybe, I would say, tell you. So it's upon you to also adjust and be at par with the rest of the team. For
reality smacked you.
Yeah, because for a smooth flow, because at the end of the day is the company. It's not about you.
Yeah.
So what image are you portraying of that company? Because if you don't give in your hours or your creativity, if you don't put it in practice, then they will not need your services. Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned something. Let me just bring it back a little.
Yeah.
About, today you're being sent as a T-girl, tomorrow you're doing drawings, tomorrow you're on site, tomorrow deliver this check, for example.
Yes. Yeah.
And you mentioned that perhaps it was to teach you how to relate with people. I never thought about it that way.
It is.
It's like enda ule anakuanga mkali msumbuani huko kidogo. Huyu is not responsive, but you still have to.
Maybe there's a difficult client who hasn't paid their check. You're the one to be sent.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're gathering yourself at the door.
Yeah, you go, take deep breaths. I've been sent, So such things, I would say that is something that it boosts, it builds your confidence because now you're able to communicate with people. You can be able to talk to people. You can express yourself. You can pitch your ideas. And also you also need to be a good listener because as designers, we also have different strengths.
Yeah.
So you could be having a different strength and for me, I don't. So, for example, you're designing something. I would have an opinion like, hey, let's move this here.
Yeah.
And maybe you find that
it does not work at all.
Does not work, or it works totally for the entire project. So working as a team and collaboration, I think it's something really important. And it's something I would really encourage, even like I would say in the social media, the groups of interior design, when somebody asks questions, just don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
Don't just sit with an idea. It might even take you less than an hour to figure it out once you've shared with somebody, because the third party might see it from a different angle.
Perspective.
And for you, maybe you're narrow-minded. There was this particular design that
we did it like this.
This thing has to fit here.
Like this.
So having that kind of mentality might really, you'll not grow. You'll not have a growth mindset. Yeah.
Actually, you've raised something important. There's a certain site I went. It was my husband's site, so I was just there as a wife, not as a consultant, just looking because they were about to hand over.
Yes.
And then he does engineering, so we're just going to check. And then the client happened to be there. So you see, the client has their own designer. So he asks my opinion. At some point, I'm like, what do you think of this? I'm like, for me personally, I don't like ABCD, but you see, it depends
Yes.
on the intent of the designer. You see, what was the intention? You see,
Yeah, true.
maybe they intended to nini, or maybe they didn't have something to cover that part. That's why they decided to add this. You understand? So if you come
yes.
like just direct,
Yeah.
you see, it seems like it's harsh or whatever. It's very different.
It
you
is.
know,
It is.
and you can be there offended. Abigail doesn't like, or another interior designer doesn't like, but we are not the same.
Totally. Everyone have different perspective. And I think now being open-minded helps a lot because I've been in some situations whereby either you're maybe back then, for example, right now it has gone down, but I would say before you'd find either I'm young and you're meeting people on site and they feel like, you're just a fresher, you just came
What are you
the other day.
telling
Like,
us?
what are you telling us?
Yeah.
So don't shy away from that.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
What you need also to know is how you talk. You can try maybe the way you did well. You say it, but it depends with the intention. What was the end goal? What was the idea at the end of the day in that space? So you can give your opinion, of course, politely, not now trying to insist like you
this is
better,
not,
you know,
you remove these
this-
things.
knock down this wall, change this. No, you can just say it in a subtle way. And I think if there are people who are not rigid, then maybe think about it and maybe reconsider. Yeah.
Because even in that particular thing, actually, after I asked that question, they said,
yeah.
actually, this thing was here because they had built a short wall in the middle of the room.
Okay.
And then suddenly now it looked too empty and unfinished. They decided to add like some feature on top. So it was like, you see, my opinion of me not liking, because first of all, I'm not a timber person.
Oh, yes.
Personally, as a designer, I prefer timber in other projects. I'll
Okay.
appreciate timber nicely somewhere else.
Beautiful.
But beautiful, very nice, creative.
Yes.
But me, I'm more like very clean, minimalist kind of look. Timber iko na look yake.
Dust and what? And
Yeah, ukipaka rangi timber tena umeharibu, So
yeah.
you need, if you're a wood person, you need to appreciate the wood with its color and its smell, because it has a certain rich.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because also there are clients who you put for them anything other than timber, they're like, what are you putting for us?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You get. So now if you're asking a very minimalist contemporary designer the opinion on this heavy timber
heavy
thing,
timber, antique, vintage.
yeah, there like, of course I don't.
Of course,
I don't like it.
That's true. That's true. I hear you. That one you find now. That was a saying, like, exposure is important. You'll meet different clients, but that client is the client is primary.
Yeah.
So however much you can love or narrow down into minimalist, now that's when maybe you can bring somebody on board who maybe has a strength in that.
Yes.
They might not be the ones running the show, but they can help you navigate and find a balance in between. So you can introduce bits and pieces based on how you've handled the project together.
Yeah.
Because now it doesn't mean now yours is watered down and now it's primarily them. Also introduce something. Let everything gel and marry that at the end of the day the client is happy. Because clients normally they have totally different expectations. Some have traveled, they know, they've seen.
Yeah.
So you can't really tell them, oh, this is the latest. It could be a trend here in this country.
but it's 5 years ago.
Done. It's something I'd say
In another country.
they've even forgotten. There used to be at some time 2 colors, I think back in 2011, 2011. It was luminous green and orange. Those colors, if you don't have, you are no one. And right now, those are not the colors,
Yeah.
So trends keep on changing. And you also need to be at par.
So are you a trends designer actually?
No.
Or you're not? For me, I'm not. Me, I usually try to make it as timeless as possible.
Yes.
Because also I'm a neutral.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you also want something that you don't want a situation whereby somebody gets exhausted with
The space.
with the space. They are the end users. So you'll design, bag your money, but they are the end users. They might not really like it. They'll have it 1 year, 2 years, or even a few months down the line. They want to change it. So you have to be interior design, you have to be very intentional. think about the client more than yourself.
And I think this is also important to know. Think about them and ask and learn before you take on the project. Because for me, imagine the projects I don't take. Kabisa. You know, there are those who are like, oh, I'll do everything. For me, there are things I don't adjust to. I can be like, by the way, I'm not, this is so out there for me. I don't even know how I'll get to execute
it.
this. It's so much.
It's
like
good
in
to be
terms
sincere.
of,
It's
terms of
good.
maybe maximalist. They want very... they want everything, and I've picked
Everything everywhere, all the colors, everything, all the patterns, all the textures.
Things I traveled
Focal
with
points.
from where I have everything. So for those, during the design brief, I usually tell them, by the way, when I look at everything and the images maybe you've shown me of things you like, I don't think I'm the best person for you. Or for you, are you more open-minded? Are you more open-minded? It's okay, we'll do for you based on what you want. Or for you, there's some that you're like, hey, here ingiani.
Yes. It's good to be sincere and tell your client that, because you don't want to waste their time and you don't want also to overwhelm yourself and at the end of the day not execute a proper work. So I think your strength, focusing on your strength more, now that is when you'll get the right group of clients. So even when they come, they know, when I come to Abby, this is what she does.
Yes, I'm expecting A
This
or
is what
B.
I expect from her. If I am into furniture design and I know somebody, Abby, is doing a lot of minimalist approaches. I talk to her. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this project? How can you go about it? Because if we share our ideas and minds and we find we get better results at the end of the day. I will learn something from you. You will learn something from me. And of course, it's a good challenge the client has given us, because now I thought I knew this, but this is not what I thought. So when I come and consult maybe a fellow colleague, it becomes a good thing, because now we are able now to narrow down to what the client actually wants, what's looking for. Yeah.
So speaking of that, do you collaborate a lot with designers? I know this was not on topic, but
I do.
You do collaborate?
I do openly. I don't even shy away from that.
So according to the client, are you collaborating or you ni in-house? Chini ya maji huko nyuma, back nyuma kwa tent huko.
I think it depends. I don't do always, but given a chance or maybe there's an opportunity that arises that I need to check with someone, I do.
So my question is, do you tell the client, oh, by the way, this is the brief, but I'm bringing someone else on board?
Yes.
Or you do tell them?
I've done that before. Yeah, I've done that
Which
before.
of the two approaches do you prefer? Working in the background, mnamalizana huku kando, or client knows upfront there are two designers, for example?
I think openness is easier for me.
And then who fronts it? Who does the client fronting?
I'm the one who got the project.
You client front it.
Then But I've also worked with other people who I like 100% I play in the background. So even if you're doing something like I do under them, because you find now, the way I've said, I've defined my career like more of in furniture design. Find people would come and get maybe the products, the furniture from me. So that one is like I'm working with them. But if an opportunity arises and I need to get somebody and maybe I'm not in a position, maybe I've gone to a different county or something, I'm away. Let's say, for example, it's paint work. I have my team back here in Nairobi who does the same, who do the same, but I don't need to bring them all the way. So find somebody who is within that area. If I happen to find, unless then I give them a chance. But of course I supervise and see, okay, are you doing this the way it's supposed to be done? Are you meeting the expectations that I want? Are you doing it in a way that this is something my client will be happy about? Because if I don't like it, there's high chances the client will not like it. So I think working with people helps you to do things faster, deliver in time, but be present. You don't just delegate and be away like, I give Abby this wall to do. So when you finish, let me know. No, we keep tabs. We communicate. I get updated because I also need to update the client if it is a project that would take a long time. I also put the client in a picture to know, okay, this is where we are. instead of maybe finishing everything and the client maybe comes and tells you, no, this is not what I bargained for.
Wait, still on that. I think maybe what I'm taking from your whole episode,
Yeah.
and I take different things from different episodes, but for you, the word that's clicking in my head is collaboration.
Yeah.
Like you seem to do quite a bit of collaboration and stuff. You know, people usually are so afraid of that, like collaborating and nini, and maybe someone will undercut me or someone will destroy the work. Now my client will have an issue. Have you been in scenarios where now you had to navigate that?
I think in most situations there are pros and cons.
Yeah.
Working alone, it has its good side.
And pros.
Working with a team, somebody might shortchange you. But I don't put myself in such a vulnerable position that a client, the designer will be able to do that.
Yeah.
So you find if I work under someone, then we clearly state, like, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're expected to do at the end of the day. And this is your part. So play your part. And I try to stick to my word with that. And when it comes to now the other party, maybe I'm supposed to supervise. If I'm the one championing the whole project, then it's upon me to make sure everything runs smoothly, like there are no hiccups. So even if it's a deadline, you don't overpromise, because there are some unforeseen things that happen mostly in sites. There could be delays, there could be some things happening. So those are the things that you need to put in consideration while you're tagging somebody, because this is what you're good at. So let's say, for example, I bring somebody who does maybe kitchen.
Yeah.
And that person needs to be really good at his work and keeps time. So you don't just bring somebody because he's a friend. Bring somebody who has good work ethic, somebody who is responsible enough to take charge.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to discuss with them, they're sober enough to also do the same with you. Or even if they happen to communicate with the client, they don't try and maybe shortchange. But humans
are human.
You can't really control.
Yeah, because there's actually a friend of mine who brought someone on board.
Yeah.
And then this one was complete complete, like, this is your scope.
Yeah.
Kidogo, they've chatted now that someone is unsupervising.
Yeah, those are challenges. And I would say they're not really good things to be done. Professionally, it's not a good thing. And I would urge fellow designers out there, if they're collaborating with someone, just do your part, get your money, and just leave.
Yeah.
Don't try and shortchange someone, outsmart someone, because it's not good.
Yeah.
One, you've broken the circuit, because you don't know, maybe this project would have given you further referrals.
Yeah.
Normally, you'd find a person who is like that, they're just thinking of now, they don't think of the future. Because if a project is a success and we've done it together, you'd want to call me on board.
Yeah.
If need be.
Yeah.
And if the project has gone well, I'll also call you some other time. So you find it's a win-win situation. So we need to also look collaboration in a positive way. And not try and outsmart someone, because that one happens a lot. You'd find somebody, they're scared because of the experience maybe they've had previously. Yeah, I remember there's a time I experienced that. I got a client, and this client, I called somebody on board. So for me, I was busy still writing a design proposal, not knowing.
I'm even scared to hear.
Not knowing my colleague had already designed and sent drawings, and I'm like, we've not even quoted for the client, and you've already done the drawings, and went to an extent of even sending the client.
Wow.
So you're still working on, you've not even started the project. You're still planning to maybe even go to site. So
and the project took off.
So if you know somebody like that, I would say The project didn't take place because I think also the client felt like there's some discord.
Yeah.
But you see, those are now the downside of things. If you think you're
being
trying
greedy also.
being greedy. So so it didn't, because the language I'm speaking and this other one, they're totally different. So the client will feel confused, like, okay, so who do I work with?
Yeah.
And they can easily toss you out and get somebody else, or even decide just to abort the entire project because they don't trust you. They've lost faith.
Yeah, because internally, if you don't have your things together, surely.
Yeah. That one happens. So that one, I remember it was some time back. We've learned along the way. There've been so many challenges, I would say, that you learn along the way. You learn how to deal with clients, deal also with your fellow colleagues, also researching and all. Like, it's always a learning process. It's a learning process.
And what would you say, like throughout your journey, especially the early parts of your career, right?
Yeah.
Were your biggest lessons, your biggest takeaways?
My biggest takeaway was when you're, as an interior designer, I think learning so much and being exposed is something important. And being present in whatever you do, because you see, it involves creativity. You are basically like an artist.
Yeah.
So the more you practice, even if you have the talent, like, put it into practice. And there's somebody out there who also did the same.
Yeah.
So you're not the first person. So be humble enough to also know there are other people who are better than you. There are those who can even surpass you if you don't put it into practice. So I think being intentional in sharpening your skill is very important.
Actually, even if you put into practice, it's always be someone who is better than you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I would do this, you think like, okay, now this is it. Like, today I've nailed it. You see someone else's project, you're like, what? This is okay. So just be open-minded, learn. Learn as much as possible. Because I can't say like, okay, now with several years I've been in this field, now I know so much. There's a lot I still don't know.
Yeah. You learn as you go.
You learn as you go. When I was in employment and we were doing sales, I knew we are the game, we are the deal. So then you go to other companies, they're equally doing incredible jobs.
Yeah.
Because you want sales. So then so we are the best products. This is what we do. There's no one like us. You tell yourself that to a point you believe it.
And then someone tells you, actually there is, look. And you're like,
no, it's only us. There used to be times I would believe it. I would believe it, like it's only us and only us. So, of course, with the company, that's what they want. So the more you do that, you believe it, because it's something you keep on telling yourself. Because when you are echoing it, you also hear yourself saying it.
Where?
So there's somebody also out there who is equally good or even better, like you.
Yeah. And what do you think was even to date your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise, I would say, is when if I compare maybe now school and now the professional life, pace, like you need to be fast.
Yeah.
You don't go, a client can talk to you, can engage you, maybe for example on WhatsApp, and they're like, oh, I'll get back to you. Before you know it, when you are ready to respond, they've already contacted someone else.
Yeah.
So that one is something you have to make sure respond, even if maybe the client will not buy or will not engage you, but try and be efficient. Respond very fast. In school, you're like, I'll do it last minute, like
procrastinators.
Yeah, so you procrastinate the last minute. That's what you're rushing to meet your deadlines. But that one doesn't apply when it comes to now the real world. You need to be quick. You need to be efficient. Then again, you also need to be intentional when you're designing for people's well-being.
Also, that surprised
Saved.
you weren't looking at it so much that way when you're in school, is what you're saying.
When I was in school, it was grades. It was purely grades. Okay, I loved it. And I still love it to date. But I think it was more competitive. I remember like who tops this one.
Who is the best
Who is the
renderer?
best?
Who is the best model person?
Yes, and you are giving your best because that praise, it's like a catalyst. You want to do better and better and better. And as a creative, the more you practice, the better you get. You can have an idea, and if you just sit down, trust you me,
nothing.
Yeah, that idea will rust because other people are still sharpening their skills. So the more you do it, the better for you. Yes, I think that was, I would say, the first surprise. Then my second surprise, I would say, was I did interior design as a whole. But now, when I went now to my last employment, I would say it was accidental, that surprise, because I remember that day I was just bored and I was sketching. So my then boss came up to me and was like, "Oh, Phena," he used to call me Fins. "This is what you do." I'm like, "Yes, I am." Okay, to me it wasn't a big deal. And that is what I would say just switched everything.
Really? So after he saw, then what? Or is it a he or she? He.
Yeah, so he saw and he was like, "Wow, this is a big deal." For me, I was like, it's just a by the way, like, I was just bored, and the Aki cards, the software, because you see, when we had those laptops,
she was bored at work, guys. She was bored at work.
There are so many drawings in the laptop. You'd find you rendering. You leave your laptop on, you come the following day, it has rendered halfway. So you find the files were heavy in the laptop. So I just, you're doing something, then you're just scribbling ideas.
Yeah, because sometimes it would render even the whole night, the whole day.
You leave the office, the laptop, you've left it on to render. You come back, it's halfway or it's cancelled. The render couldn't even render. So those, I would say, were small challenges. So I think the sketching, I was like, oh, so this is something. So he nurtured it.
Oh, really?
Again, like I saw a side of me that I didn't know.
Oh, wow.
Then now there was a particular project that needed a lot of, like, I would say, a whole 360 makeover. So I got an opportunity to do it, and it turned out so well. And now I narrowed down, because I tell you, if you're hands-on and you have a laptop and it's taking forever to render, so I started just scribbling. So that surprised me, like, oh, I have an hidden talent, like I can be able to draw it even to scale, and it can be built, and it's practical.
Wow. Oh, and also still on that, what do you think was an area of unexpected growth?
Area of my unexpected growth, I would say communication. Yeah.
That came from the sales part of the work, or
Correct.
Now generally too?
Because you see, as a creative, normally you find like you get in your zone, you just want to create, design, that's it. You just want to draw and design. But you see, you also need to sell that.
Yeah.
You need to sell that idea.
Can't eat your creativity.
To your client. You can't eat your creativity. So how will you convince this client, like, you know what, this is what works? How will you design? How will you even explain? How will you pitch your design? Like, this is nice. Okay, we like this because of this and that. This is workable. So you need also to be able to, you can have an idea in your mind, but how would you explain it to the client to a point they're able to understand it, even before just seeing the drawings? Because there's some clients who maybe they'll say, me, I don't want these drawings. Me, I believe you, go on.
Do your thing.
And maybe it's something that you really don't need to, sit on your laptop and design. And of course, with the experience. So how will you be able to communicate that idea to that client, and they'll be able to understand it, and you monetize your idea? So communication is important. And I think also that one goes also hand in hand with entrepreneurship. So turning that, like, how do you monetize it? How do you manage your finances and also?
Yeah. So let's say we remove from your experience.
Yeah.
sales removed, sales removed. Do you think you'd still have learnt or experienced this unexpected area if these 2 sales jobs were not there?
I think yes.
You still would?
I would.
Okay.
Because you see, even also you communicate also to your team where you work, who you're dealing with, because it's not only sales. I think sales everything. We live sales, we eat sales in here. That's what I think. So whatever you do, even the conversation you're having, it's like sales. I'm selling you what I know. You're selling me what you know. So it's I feel they're all critical, and mastering them, it's something very important. Because even if you have a drawing or a furniture, there has to be a story behind it. Like, how did you come up with this design? Even the vases, the decors, there was an idea that was born, and somebody decided, okay, let me create this. And is it aesthetically appealing? Yeah.
Okay. So maybe just to wrap it up, give me your top, let me give you how many? 3 things or pieces of advice you can give aspiring interior designers, because primarily this podcast is for them.
Yes, it is.
So either someone who is in high school and trying to figure out what they want to do, or someone who's just joined uni and they need a quick realization to pivot. Or maybe even your first job, very early careers. What would you give advice to them based on your journey so far?
I would say when they decide to take this career path, and maybe they reach to a point now they're working and now they're professionals, don't forget your books. Apply the theory in real life. Apply it. Understand things like, I would say, the design principles. Work with that, because that's like the genesis of everything.
Proportion.
The proportion, the balance. There are quite a number. Contrast, textures.
Actually, because if you forget it now, there's no point of you going to that school anyway. Because you're just designing like...
you'll just be doing things because you see now things like proportions is really important, because you can imagine if we build a seat that is double this size, no one will even sit on it. So proportions is something also important. So I think applying what you've learned in school is important. Then again, also build on your communication skills.
Okay.
Interact with people. Do a lot of networking. Blow your trumpet. Even if you just meet somebody, just, slot it in. Like, oh, this is what I do. This is what I do.
I love
this is
it.
what I do. Like, just, of course, not in a way that could be annoying, but on a light note. By the way, this is what I do. I studied this and this. If you have, now it's a digital world, you can even give somebody your website. If you have a business card, a catalog, that communication is good, because you can have an idea, but if you sit on it, it's not growing. Then also know how to monetize it, like entrepreneurship. You can sell your idea. This is what I do. There are those you'd find the ones who are still in universities and colleges. Do renders, sell them. Learn from fellow students, architects, consult. Just be hungry to know as much as possible. Don't shy away. Do, even if you're doing it for free. I say, if you can be able to do it for free, then you love what you're doing. Money will follow, because you'd find even a design, maybe you've done it years back, then somebody remembers you. You sent them. There's a time I remember I did a salon. And that space ended up, they changed, and it was now a different business. But one particular client saved the photos of that salon. So years later, I think about 5 years, this client had saved my number and now was ready to do some work. And what his referral was, there's this particular salon that you did in place ABC. And could you please come to my house? I need a renovation. So you see, at times when you if I was shy, maybe if I didn't do that project, then maybe this client might have not seen it.
Yeah.
So people are watching, clients are watching. So people will remember you. If you've done a spectacular job, definitely clients will know you. You'll be known. And also don't hide that, people will see my work, people what. Don't also heavily depend on referrals.
Yeah.
Because interior design is not like bread and butter that you'll keep on going and buying. Like every single morning you go and buy bread and milk. No. Once somebody buys furniture, they might stay with it for maybe a couple of years.
Yeah.
So they might not really be repeat clients. It won't be as frequent, even if they'll want
As
to.
you need your bills to be paid.
Yes, so you need all that. So yeah, make yourself known. Talk to people, interact with people. Let them know when they see you, they know, Ule interior designer, the designer, polish it. Learn from people.
Yeah.
Don't take criticism in a negative way. Maybe somebody saw it in a different perspective, but you just insist, okay, this is the only way. Try it out. Experiment. Experiment in while you're in internship.
Yeah.
Be flexible. You are the tea girl today. Sawa. When of course, not in a way. Of course, at times maybe the work environment can be toxic.
Yeah.
But if it's something you can do and it will break your back, just
because you learn from everything,
we learn from everything.
From this, you learn from that katini.
Yes, and of course you find at times maybe because you don't know, maybe you served a client so well.
Yeah,
they'll always remember you. They'll be like, somebody used to work here. Where is she? Okay, give me their contact. So how you relate with people is equally important.
Yeah.
And again, also when you're doing the design, think of the well-being of
the
people,
users.
of the users. Don't make maybe a piece of furniture, or don't make a particular kind of lighting that glares in your eye, that is so uncomfortable. Read about that area, learn about that area, go to those places. If they are the, let's say the expos, make sure you attend those expos.
Yeah.
Just see what other people are doing. Learn the materials and the products that are in the market. Know them with the pricing. Even if there's some companies that even do workshops whereby you just go and they teach you.
Yeah.
They teach you about their products. So you go there and learn because you have time. It will reach a point that you'll not even have that time to do all that.
Yeah.
But once at least you have an idea, it will be easy. Get contacts. Maybe there's somebody who wants a particular material and there's a particular supplier. Talk to them. Ask as much questions as possible so that you're able to gather information. Don't shy away from me, I don't want this, I don't want that. Don't specify early. Once you find your niche, then that's fine. That's a different story. But if not, do so many things in interior design, because interior design is wide. There's interior architecture, there's soft furnishing, there's also furniture design. There are other fittings like kitchens and wardrobes, the cabinets, or even the gypsum, all that. Learn about them. Learn the materials. Know what material can I use in this particular area. You'd find if it's a wet area, okay, these are the list of the materials I need to do. I need to use. If you go to a different region, what works maybe in Nairobi might not work maybe in a place that maybe Mombasa, Marsabit. There could be some natural calamities that maybe would affect those materials. So know how a particular material behaves in what environment. You can't put gypsum on the floor, and you mop, of course, water. So know such things. When you understand the material, it's also important because you see also when you understand material, like how the light will bounce on the surface. What texture do you want to achieve? Is it harmonious? what area are you putting emphasis on? Because those are also things that when brought together, you're able to understand, okay, this is what this space gives that wow factor, because maybe there's a decor maybe in between the room, or maybe there's a feature. So understand, like, what points of emphasis do I need to have? Proportions, we've talked about it. Understand proportions. Like you need this size to fit in space. And also another thing, which I think most of the people overlook, is dimensions. That is something that is so important. Know your measure tape, understand it, be very fluent, understand the millimeters, the inches, the meters, understand it, because you can have a working drawing and maybe that drawing they've given the dimension in feet.
Yeah.
So know them, know how to convert them. Like spot on. It's not like when you have a drawing, that is when you want to
start calculating,
doing your calculation. Just know, like, okay, this is what, just have an idea so that when you receive maybe a working drawing, you can be able to translate. Understand understand things like mood board. Know how to mix textures here and there. Try as much as you can to be practical. You can go to those, maybe there's some showrooms that even give out samples.
Yeah.
Put them practically, because at times on the photo, it distorts, because there's some colors, I would say, like things like greens and blues. When you take a photo, normally you find it's distorted.
Even
kidogo.
the camera quality, or maybe the light there was a warm light.
Yes.
And then if you take it outside, it looks very different.
It's true, because you find there's some challenges whereby a client might like a particular painting, a wall paint. They'd like it, but that showroom, they've done a really different lighting. So when it's done, you're like, this it's not this one. But when you look in the records, that's the code you chose. So try as much as explaining to the client what to expect. Have the understanding, okay, this lighting makes this particular color to seem this particular shade. Have that understanding, and don't shy away in telling the client. Just mention it, because you find it might save you a lot of back and forth and trying to explain yourself. This is what you bought, because you'd find it's clashing. So being there and physically being in that space, let's say if it's a shop or what, that texture, have a look at it. If you have the mood board, you've done it soft copy, try and also do small samples of the actual items, if possible.
Yeah, because for me, typically I do in all. I give you, like, there are things that maybe you won't get, especially in Kenya. It's a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Not all places give samples. But there are other places where you travel, they're very open. Like, carry, it's okay. Carry. But wherever you can, as much as possible, I will also say,
have those catalogs. Have those, because
sometimes your client looks at, they're like, oh, that's the one we said. I don't want it anymore.
And always double check, because you can see something and you like it, but when you take it to that different space, it doesn't go
with it.
It doesn't go with the place. So also, if you can be able to get a sample, get it. If there are those catalogs, get them. Go expos, visit those expos, understand materials, understand the new trends, understand the new tech out here, because also interior design, there's a lot of technology that is out there. So once you have the know-how, when you bump into a client who maybe wants that, you can pitch that idea and tell them, oh, you know what, there are some, instead of having like a 2-story curtain and drawing it to be heavy, you can have a remote, because there are those rails
that are you can do automated.
Yeah, they're automated. There's the apps like Siri and all. You just tell them, open the curtain. So those things, I think also technology is important.
Yeah.
Embrace AI. And also, what I can say, and believe in yourself. I mean, you need to You need to believe in yourself, because if you don't talk to the client confidently, then it means you're not confident with your work.
Also.
Yeah, so don't say like, okay, I'm still, I've been in practice for just 1 year, and you're standing next to someone who has been there for 20 years. You could be having fresh ideas.
Yeah.
You know, you'd learn something from them. So don't shy away like you're not now being proactive in the meeting because you
there
feel
are
like
other people with experience.
other people have experience, and work with them. Work with them. Yeah.
Bottom line, and I think we'll wrap it at that. Cindy, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing. You know, this is a knowledge base. Sometimes I also go back just to the other episodes and I watch and then I take notes and I'm like, interesting. Do you know, I usually tell people when I started the podcast, it was more like I felt, it's so funny and embarrassing. I felt like I would be telling, you understand, like telling the viewer.
You are the one.
By, because remember, it's aspiring interior designers. It's like showing them, this is what to expect out, whatever. But even by day one, leave alone even episode 2, 3, when you're actually doing the shooting and whatever, then you start talking to guests. Even just shooting by myself, was the first episode was me.
Oh, wow.
You're like, okay, actually, this is another perspective I never thought about it, because it's your journey, but you never looked at it. Then I start talking to other people and I'm like, Allah, kumbe.
People have different experiences,
very
totally different.
And you can't live as an island and imagine that your way is the only way. And
totally.
So I really appreciate when people come and sit on that hot seat.
Thank you so much for having me.
Share the experiences, because we're always learning,
it's
and
learning.
Encouraging people and giving people confidence, because some people usually just comment on the comment section and like, oh my God, you've given me the courage to be bold, or oh, I worked with maybe there's someone who commented, I worked with Stephanie, the lady we just shot with.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and it was such a good experience. I would highly recommend. You know, there are people who are always commenting.
Yeah.
And, you know.
It's good.
And people can relate. You understand?
Yeah, I think it's relatable, because even now when you are having this discussion, there's some things your experiences you'd share. And I'm like, oh, I remember. I've gone through this. I've done 1, 2, 3. I handled it this way. And even the way you're saying, I didn't really think about the collaboration a lot. I was just talking, but it's something like you noted, which I'm like, oh, by the way,
you do a lot of collaboration.
So it's good. It's good.
Yeah. So my takeaway for this episode. Designers, msiogope collaborate. Before we wrap it up. You know, I think one of my earlier guests asked me, but why would you bring other interior designers onto your platform, and you're also an interior designer? Si wataku nini. But in my head, I'm like, do you know, even if Saitueke, Abigail, Phena, who client may decide they want to work with Phena.
And even the execution will be totally different. The approach,
the interpretation. So I may say I want to hug this particular client, and they're like, apana, we yako ni too clean. Nataka mtu ameniekea mavitu, ama, you know.
That's true. That's true.
So guys, let's not be scared of collaborating. Me, I'm not very heavy on collaborating on actual projects. Typically I take it on and I work. So I'm also going to leave this episode open to collaborate.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate.
Thank you. And I hope I'll call you again.
Please, you can. I'm a phone call away.
Now we've made a new contact. Kwenye tunasemanga inaitwa nini, network.
Yes.
We are networking here.
We are networking.
Pole.
We are sharing our challenges.
You start with something small. Kidogo, you'll go for coffee. Kidogo, you know.
Before you know it, there's some work here. Come finish this. I'm busy here. It's good.
So let's call it a wrap. Please comment. Leave your comments. Tell me one thing you've learned from Phena's experience. One thing you've learned from Phena. Mine, I've said, is collaboration. I'll start actually when the episode drops. I'll be the first one to comment. My lesson from this episode is collaborate. Please share yours. Like, subscribe, share, and I'm going to tag all her contacts so that if you want to reach to her, visit her workshop. Are people allowed to visit your workshop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If you want to visit her workshop, go and see.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.